Holy what?
After a year cycling from Alaska to Mexico, we took a nice long break in Chihuahua over the summer to wait for the heat to cool down, catch up on editing, and enjoy the home comforts for a bit. And after 5 months, it was time to get back on the road. Our plan was first to head west towards the Copper Canyon, nestled in the remote Sierra Tarahumara mountain range. Deeper than the Grand Canyon, with crazy little roads wiggling through it and small villages dotted in unlikely places.
That little town down there.
It's a place we've both long dreamed about exploring. But although we were excited to get back on the move, leaving Chihuahua would also mean Victoria saying goodbye to her friends and family without any idea of when she'd next be able to see them in person. So it was bittersweet, to say the least.
How are you feeling?
It's weird. It's like I feel like it didn't feel this hard when we went to Alaska, because it was just like, it's crazy. Like I just came here to say bye. Like I'm going to Alaska, you know, and then now I feel like after 5 months, and then with my nephew, it's like it feels so hard to know that I'm not gonna be here to see him grow.
Yeah.
Even though I really want to do this, and really I feel very excited and I love it. But it's like, yeah, I felt much more hard this time. But it's part of it. Sweet, sweet home, goodbye.
Bye.
One of the hardest things about long-term travel like this is being apart from the people you love. We both knew that with heading south, it could be years before seeing them again, which, even for the adventure of a lifetime, is a heavy sacrifice to make. But once we got back on the road, the buzz of the adventure quickly lifted our spirits.
We're heading out of Chihuahua. Greg is very happy because I'm doing this in English. And we are going out from Presa El Rejón. Presa is a reservoir?
Yeah, very good.
Reservoir.
Very beautiful.
It's stunning.
It's stunning. Before long, we were headed out of the city on some nice little dirt roads, following a route that was recommended to us by a friend of Victoria's. Our first task was to get up and over the surrounding mountains to reach Cuauhtémoc on the other side.
Adiós, Chihuahua. Hasta la vista.
We met some ranchers who warned us of some locked gates ahead, but they didn't have a problem with us riding through as long as we could get our bikes under them. Alright, I don't even know how to start with what's just happened, but we've been riding this ridiculous road all day and we get to a locked gate, and we'd met some other ranchers that had some lock gates and said we could go through, and this is a new lock gate, and we couldn't find anyone on the property, so we've just set up here and made dinner while we wait for someone to get back. And the sun's just about to set, and we say, let's go check one more time, and then we hear 3 gunshots go off. So we were instantly quite terrified. We thought maybe someone heard our voices and then was firing warning shots.
But we knew his name because the other people gave it to us.
Yeah.
So he was like, "Hey, you're Arturo." And then he was walking towards us with his guns.
Yeah, one gun in each hand, just like...
We were like...
But yeah, and then he turned out to be super friendly and was just like, yeah, there's a few more gates, but you're welcome to pass, and I'll tell all the other guys to open their gates too, so you can go through tomorrow. If you want a coffee, come and get a coffee. So, yeah. So now we can camp happily and safely without worrying. But yeah, it was honestly, when we heard those shots, there's not something you want to hear when you're about to set up camp. But it all works out in the end. In the morning, we went over to see Arturo and his puppy that didn't yet have a name to take him up on that coffee. And afterwards, he offered to accompany us for a bit.
A nice gun.
Thank you. It's mine, okay?
You've got a helper, huh? It's cheating.
He was so proud to show us around this land that he's been taking care of for the last 7 years. And he wanted to take us to somewhere pretty special that not many people get the chance to see.
Wow.
Tiene el privilegio de ingresar a parte de mis dominios. Esto serían las vueltas del arroyo, la curva donde ustedes durmieron. Y estos serían los cerritos que están ahí pegados a la curva.
Okay.
Así que es un tipo de mapa.
Ajá.
Wow.
Arturo asked us if we had any names for his dog. And after watching his inspirational battle up these rocks, we threw out Rocky, and that was that. He helped us up one final climb, and little Rocky didn't want to let us leave.
No. Lo siento, amigo.
Oye.
Okay. Adiós. Gracias. I think that's Arturo wishing us a safe journey.
With the gates ahead of us unlocked and our path clear, all we had left to do was to get our bikes up these ridiculously steep hills.
How are you doing that?
I don't know.
So this is a trap for mountain lions? Or bears. Well, mountain lions or bears. And they have a live chicken here. Do you want to go in?
No. You go in. Let's go.
We'd successfully made it past our first challenge, and being back in the saddles after such a long time off, our bums were in dire need of a decent rest day in Cuauhtemoc. After nursing our wounds, it was time to head up into the Sierra Tarahumara mountain range.
We're heading out of Cuauhtemoc and we are on our way to Krill, and tomorrow we'll get into the mountains again.
Karichi. This is our little hotel room here in Karichi.
Danny.
After a couple of days of uphill, we have now made it up into the Sierra Tarahumara, and it is a lot colder than down below, as demonstrated by this frozen river Very, very beautiful. Just going through all these little villages. We're now around a day of cycling from Creel, which is pretty much the gateway to the Copper Canyon. When we got to Creel, we met up with some friends of Victoria's who just ran there from Chihuahua. So we spent a nice couple rest days hanging out with them, and we were lucky to be hosted by Lily, who's a friend of Victoria's mum.
This is sick. It's the best thing we have.
It is the best thing we have. After a couple days of rest, we are now heading out of Creel and towards Barrancas del Cobre, or the Copper Canyon.
A short ride out of Creel, we got our first decent look at the canyon.
Whoa. That is crazy.
From here, I haven't gone anywhere south from here yet. So I'm quite excited.
It's crazy. So this is the Copper Canyon, which is where we're going to be spending the next 1 or 2 weeks. Way down there.
So beautiful.
Yeah.
We didn't know it yet, but it would actually take us a few days to get to the place where we drop into the canyon for real.
This is where we turn onto dirt, and down there somewhere is the canyon.
We're going to be following a route that our friend John put together. He's also cycling the Americas, but he's got his dog Mira on the back of his bike. He passed through here about 3 weeks ago. So yeah, it's well scouted. I think the first part is going to be quite brutal, and then hopefully a little bit better, and then very brutal to get back out of the canyon.
Very brutal.
Very brutal, but it should be a good adventure.
¿Qué haces?
Sacando aire para ser un poco más cómodo.
Man, it's stunning.
Well done.
Tonight we're camped out in the computer lab.
Muchas gracias, Marbella, por dejarnos dormir aquí.
We made it to Cerro Caui past a rainy day
You copycat.
You copycat.
¿Vas a venir con nosotros?
and prepared ourselves for the final climb up to the canyon rim.
This is where the huge climb begins. Look at the sticker. John and Mira have been here.
Llevamos 3 horas yendo de subida y hemos avanzado 5 kilómetros. Está pesado.
After climbing most of the day, we finally got our reward.
Holy smokes. Holy moly.
That little town down there.
That's Eureka right there.
See, that's Eureka.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, that is nuts. It makes me feel so weird to cycle next to it. I feel like I'm gonna fall in.
I know.
It's crazy to think that we've made it here on our bicycles. Like,
I
how
know.
did we get here?
I mean,
It's,
how did we get here?
yeah, like, this is just ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
How did you get here?
How did you get here? That's my question.
Holy what? What? That is crazy. So that down there is the town of Urique. That's the road we're going to be taking all the way down.
I mean, that's so stunning.
It's like if there was a little town at the bottom of the Grand Canyon, but it was all green and beautiful.
It's stunning.
Although we could have stayed here for hours admiring the view, it was starting to get dark, so we set off for the long and windy 6,000 foot descent into town. As we're descending, it's getting noticeably hotter the further down we get. We're descending like 2,000 meters or something. It's like 6,000 feet, so apparently it's quite hot down at the bottom, so we're looking forward to that.
It's too hot now. Are you gonna swim in the river?
Maybe.
I am. Buenas tardes.
Just got into Urique and managed to find ourselves a Christmas dinner. Because tomorrow is Christmas, if you didn't know. How is it? Is this a traditional Mexican Christmas dinner?
Yeah.
So we got turkey, spaghetti, is this mashed potato? And salad. Bit different from where I'm from, but very tasty. We checked into a nice hotel, which was a Christmas gift from my parents and grandparents, and we spent a wonderful few days relaxing, eating amazing food, and exploring some local swimming holes. Thank you so much, Beto and Lily, for showing us around. Urique is one of those places that will always stay with me. It's a real paradise, and we felt so fortunate to be able to spend a few beautiful days here. Urique is a very difficult place to leave because one, it's just like a little paradise there, and two, we've got a 6,000 foot climb ahead of us today to get back out of the canyon and over to the next one. But it's absolutely stunning.
I guess we're gonna be celebrating New Year in the mountain, and I think that's a nice escape.
Yeah, right up with a nice view, hopefully.
Quite stunning.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
This is where it begins.
That's tough. That's tough on a bicycle. Eh?
Yeah, we see all your baggage and I'm sure it's also very tough.
Yeah, I mean,
To carry
I
it.
fell twice.
Yeah.
So. What's your total goal? Where are you guys starting from and where are you going?
We started from Alaska.
Oh, yeah.
Did you guys start? He started from Alaska.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I only went up to the Arctic Circle because it was
yeah.
I started so late in the year
Yeah.
that it was already like snowing and
Oh, geez.
icy and stuff. So I because I was like end of September is like when I left. When were you guys in Alaska? For the summer? Or?
Year
July.
and a half ago.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, been taking our time.
Okay, take care, guys.
You do. Bye.
Very nice.
Some amigos.
Some amigos.
We said goodbye to John and Mark, fully expecting to never see them again. But they ended up having a pretty rough time on a rocky section just a mile ahead. And when we caught up to them, it was pretty clear they were done for the day. And after nearly 6 hours of pushing our bikes, although we were barely halfway up, we were pretty beat as well. So we decided to camp together for the night, which is actually the first time we've camped with other travellers since Alaska, and it was so nice to be able to speak English, share stories and joke around.
Alright, see you later. Yeah. Day 2 of the climb.
Sick?
It's not gotten any easier.
No. Especially if you're feeling a bit sick.
Yeah, last night I got started to get like a cold or something. And today I definitely feel like I have less energy.
Just take your time, you know. We don't have to push anything.
But we'll get there eventually.
Eventually, yes.
I think it will take all of today to get to the top, but when we're at the top, we're at the top.
We're at the top.
Nothing more to worry about. Well done. Yeah.
As we approached the final stretch to the top, we were very happy to see some familiar faces.
No, how many crashes did you have?
2 for me, 2 for him.
Oh no.
That's why we took so long.
I'm sorry about that.
No, it's just here, I'll help you push.
Oh, thank you.
Turns out John and Mark had just as tough of a time today as us, but we were pretty excited to see them as that meant we could spend New Year's Eve with our new friends.
Must have been quite painful watching us go so slowly up the mountain.
We were just amazed that you were like 1 kilometer behind us.
Very nice.
Yeah, very nice. So our friends that we camped with last night have clearly also had a very tough day, falling over a lot on, it's just super rocky, this road, and they're on very heavy loaded motorcycles, but
No good tires.
yeah, without off-road tires. So but one of them has off-road tires, the other one doesn't. So but we met this guy earlier on a motorcycle who is from a ranch nearby, and he's just sent his brothers down to fetch these guys and help them out. And yeah, so they waited for us, and it looks like we're not going to be spending New Year's alone, so it should be a fun night.
We rode a few last easy kilometers to the ranch where the lovely family there offered to cook us all a nice dinner and let us camp for the night.
See?
I don't think this is how any of us expected to be spending New Year's Eve, but it felt really special to be able to share it with new friends and the people that call these incredible mountains home.
Happy New Year, buddy. He's wishing you a Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Carrito. Oh.
And they get like a year's supply and they
Stuff and they were eating, and then coffee is like
yeah, they don't like the kitchen is part of the Paradise Septet herd.
Where are you going?
So we're about to go, after all that 2 days of pushing, all the way back down to the bottom of the canyon.
All the way. Somewhere around there.
Yeah. And then once we've done that, we got to climb all the way back up out again. So that's going to be fun. I think we would have definitely had our Copper Canyon experience after that. I think we can safely move on and say we've done it.
You just need flat for a while.
Yeah. Some close friends of Johan Georgiev, I think that's how you pronounce it, the bike wanderer, sent me some stickers to put up in places that he passed through to remember him by. And I'm pretty sure he was on this road at some point, so I'm going to put this up on the sign.
Yes, Johan. We love you, Johan.
¿Listo?
Listo.
Vamos. They're right there. It's Batopilas, where we'll be in a couple of hours, hopefully.
Only crazy people like you
Me?
goes all the way down and then all the way up and then all the way down and then all the way up again.
There's no other option. It's just how you get around here.
There is other options, but it's just the easy
You
and
wouldn't
not
see all
as
this.
beautiful way.
Yeah. Well done.
Well done.
On our 4th day since leaving Uruque, we rode in to Batopilas, a beautiful and historic little town right on the river at the very bottom of the canyon.
How do you like Batopilas?
It's very pretty. Beautiful.
Very pretty.
And we got there just in time to catch John and Mark before they hit the road again.
Alright, see you later.
We spent a nice rest day in the little hotel there and then hit the road the next morning. From here we set our sights on Huachochi, which would be our last big stop on this section through the Sierra before continuing on south.
Adios. Now we have another 2,000 meter climb ahead of us to get back out of the canyon and towards Huachochi. But fortunately for us, there is a paved road out of here, so hopefully it'll be a bit easier this time. A bit sad to say goodbye to the guys on the motorcycles. John is hoping to be all the way down in Argentina in 3 months, which is absolutely crazy to think about. I think we'll still be in Mexico in 3 months. Mark is still deciding how far he wants to go. He's currently eyeing up Panama, and then he'll see if he wants to continue on south from there. But yeah, wish you all the best, guys. All the best on the rest of your trip. Batopilas was a very interesting town. We were told in the previous towns to expect a pretty heavy cartel presence there, but that everything is safe and chill. It's just that they are there just taking care of the territory, which is exactly what we saw. Yeah, you can definitely tell there's a lot of very shiny pickup trucks. Even saw a truck full of rifles with sleeping bags on top of them, like barely covering them. But yeah, you just have a bit of like an unsettling feeling walking around town, which is a shame because it is such a beautiful place. A very beautiful town, very like colonial, very colorful, and right in the middle of this incredible canyon. All right, time to get our heads down and get out of this canyon. Where we camped last night, right on the side of the big climb. That's the road out there, goes all the way up. It's definitely steep, but so unbelievably stunning. Cycling with this backdrop. Well done. That's the road along the river we just came up from. Beautiful sunset.
Beautiful person.
Beautiful person. Whoa, it's quite close. We emerged victorious from the canyon, and we couldn't quite believe what we'd just ridden through.
From here, it would be just a few easy paved miles towards Huachochi,
Vamos a Huachochi! Woo!
where Victoria had a nice surprise waiting for her.
¿Te va gustando la ruta?
Sí.
¿Sí?
Sí.
¿O no entendiste la pregunta?
Oh, what's the pregunta?
You're enjoying the route.
Yeah. Sí, me gusta mucho la ruta.
I'll drive.
Qué bonita. So I haven't really touched on it much in this video yet, but this is the Sierra Tarahumara, which is the home to the Raramuri people that have lived here for many thousands of years. And yeah, these mountains are their home, which means that unlike many other mountain ranges, as far as the eye can see, there are little ranches, little huts. If you look way in the distance and you're like, how could anybody live there? There'll be someone living there, because they use these mountains to live and travel through, and even if roads can't get there, they're very well known for their running. They'll run between the villages in barefoot sandals or just barefoot completely, and they've done that for thousands of years. And we've passed through a few of those villages. I haven't filmed many of the Raramuri people because I just haven't felt comfortable doing that. I think they like their privacy from outsiders, so just out of respect I haven't filmed too much, but it's been very interesting to be able to travel through these places and see a way of living in the mountains that I've never seen before. They just live way, way out there with only what's necessary. Yeah, very interesting.